Whenever you're ready.
Today, I am categorizing books in the bibliography section of the library. The categories that the books will go into is American history, world history, science technology, business, arts and entertainment, sports, and notable people. So, the librarian, Ms. Goss, has made these stickers and they match the categories. So now I'm going into Fall at Destiny and looking at the subject headings of the book and deciding which category the book would best go into. So I'm clicking on title details and now I am looking at the tags. So this is about examines the life achievements of a successful baseball pitcher who only has one hand. The subject tags are baseball players, people with disabilities, and great achievers. So I'm going to put this in the category of sports. So I find the sports sticker. And I'm putting this on the spine of the book underneath the catalog. Adding the sticker, and then adding the protective sticker. And now this book is ready to be on the circulation shelf. So thank you, Ms. Reese, for meeting with me today. Today I want to go over the results of the library needs assessment survey that I did with the staff. And so I want to start with the proposal of the makerspace, taking STEM to the next level.
Okay.
It's this one. Okay. So based on the results, the faculty makerspace, taking STEM to the next level is a grant proposal that I would like to seek funding from different grants in order to create a more visible and viable makerspace in the library. So based on this, results came from the survey. So the survey was the library promotes STEM skills through various programs or activities, and the results were 50% of the staff said they did not agree that the library supports or promotes STEM skills. So since that's an area of need, I wanted to concentrate on that and try to incorporate that into the library on a bigger scale so it can be more visible.
Okay. Will you explain makerspace in detail
Yes,
as you go through it?
yes.
Okay.
So makerspace in STEM is basically they take different activities and it has the kids create like engineering, mathematics, it takes in STEMs, but also different companies produce things that use books. So like Lakeshore, they have a whole STEM kit based on fairy tales. And they have different, so it can be used in the library. Lots of them include different Legos, different activities. So the way it works is it's like a box, or you create a box and you create a little task within the box, and they take the box off the shelf and they do the task. So it incorporates the engineering, mathematics, the whole STEM acronym: science, engineering, mathematics. And basically it goes in with the profile of the graduates. That's kind of like my rationale. So by creating a makerspace in the school library for students to use, STEM activities directly correlate to the district curriculum and the Fort Bend ISD profile of a graduate. The research that I used was research based on a professor named Collins. He did a research study on how STEM and inquiry-based activities ultimately affect test scores and how it makes the rigorous and how it creates, how it has them create higher order thinking skills so they ultimately do better on testing. He proposed that educators must adopt innovative approaches that embrace inquiry-based teaching and learning. Inquiry-based, technology-rich, cross-disciplinary, STEM or STEAM approaches to teaching engage students and inspire them to construct new knowledge, problem solve, create, and have an authentic voice in their own learning. So the goal of the library would be to incorporate the STEM activities into their library time at least once a week. The STEM lab could be part of where the old computer lab was. or we can find a room in the building that's not being utilized.
So if we did it once a week though, that would only be one class out of each grade level.
No, the time
No.
they come to the rotation with the library. So they only go to the library once a week? Okay, so so they go to other ones more than once? Or is it just on the rotation?
It depends, it's on a rotation, but because we have a 4-way split, there
Okay.
are some classes, like if you were group 1,
Okay.
then group 1 is gonna be with whatever group 1 is again on Friday.
Okay, so it takes 4 days to go through a whole rotation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
so
you have library one day, or one day music, one day PE, one day.
So it might be every 2 weeks that they would do it,
Okay.
right? If they're doing on
The only thing with that, even if it was every 2 weeks, is not every class gonna get exposed to it.
Okay.
Because if you do it once a week,
Mhm.
say a Tuesday, then
Okay.
it's whatever class is assigned on that Tuesday.
Okay.
When you do it the next week, it's
Okay.
9 times out of 10 gonna be the same class for that grade level on a Tuesday. So
Got
even
it.
if you chose to do it on a Wednesday the following week, then it's one class.
So maybe I would pick maybe she could pick 1 week out of the month, and that would be her STEM week. So she would see every single class.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
Monday would be STEM, Tuesday would be STEM
Yes.
lab.
Okay.
So the STEM lab would happen that one whole week
Right.
out of the month.
Yes.
That would work.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that? So that was the rationale behind the STEM. And basically, the STEM activities, they are pricey. They are very expensive. So that's why I would propose to get a grant funded. Because I know we probably don't have the budget to incorporate all the supplies that they need, because you would need things for different grade levels. So I would propose to start off with maybe 3rd and 5th, some of the things that would really engage them, and that's where the grant would be directed towards.
Okay.
So that's one of my ways I'm going to advocate for the library, is to find a grant source to see if we can get this funded. So the Fort Bend Education Foundation would be one. But there's lots of grants that are funded through ALA, TALA, all different type of organizations. So that would be a focus of mine, to have the STEM lab.
Question with the grades. So why 3 and 5 versus 4 and 5?
I would say 3 and 5, 3 through 5, those are the star grades.
Oh, 3 through 5.
Yes,
Okay, I
3
thought
through-
you said 3 and 5.
Oh, sorry,
Skip
3
the
through
4.
5,
Got it,
yeah,
got it,
because
got
those are the star grades.
Yes, okay.
And those are the grades where they're having the most challenge to the rigor. You know, the most, that deep comprehension and the higher order thinking skills. So those need to be practiced and cultivated. Okay, so the second thing is I like to propose, and this is with going with our SIP goal, with promoting reading programs in the pre-K and kindergarten, which we have a kindergarten parent literacy night, a kindergarten parent literacy night or a kindergarten parent literacy night. And what I would have, the library would be open for them to come into the library. I would also bring in the Missouri City Library, the public library, so they can see the connection between the public library and the school library, because it's a partnership. And have the public librarian maybe do a drive where she can get people to sign up for library cards. She can talk about the activities that go on there and how they can use the public library as a resource and a connection. I'll really be promoting read alouds, because that is going to give them the most benefit. I would pick, as you see on this side, I have best early childhood websites they can do at home with their kids. And my focus here is to give them books that they can go check out from the library, the public library. So I picked the Caldecott Award winning books, and these books are books that are chosen based on their pictures and illustrations, and they're really for early childhood, for young kids. I also put on the side a tab, like, why should I read aloud to my child? So it goes over the very important things at reading aloud and how research proven benefits reading aloud to your child. One of the most, to me, that works with our curriculum is reading aloud promotes language development and early literacy skills, because ultimately that's giving them a strong foundation, which carries over into their education. So this is something that I would send home, or I would put on our website, or I would digitally email, because all these things can be a digital newsletter. We don't have to waste paper and send home. It can be a digital newsletter that we can push out on Schoology or other platforms, and they can have access to this. So I propose to do one of these like once a semester, one for pre-K and kindergarten combined.
To actually have a parent night where they come to school?
Or do day, but just the library, or a newsletter too. The parent night would be once, but the newsletter would be something monthly, something that they can have monthly. And I would put a section also about what's going on at the Missouri City Public Library. Because they have all different things. They have story time, they have things on the weekend, they have all type of things, all type of programs.
So why just K1 opposed to K2? Are you going to address 2 in another manner?
Well, that was what our SIP goal was. I tried to send
It said K1?
It said K through 1, the SIP goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check. I wonder if that's an error.
You think it's an error?
Because usually we do like our
Actually,
primary.
it said pre-K through 1 on the SIP goal. It said to promote reading programs in kindergarten pre-K. Unless the SIP goal is not correct.
Okay.
Okay, and then the third thing I wanted to do is there was concern about how the librarian could support the curriculum with the teacher. So normally the issue is that we're on a fixed schedule, so it leaves little time for the librarian to go in and collaborate because she's on the rotation. So this is another way of offering collaboration, is to give them some tools to integrate technology into their classroom. So every month my newsletter would have a different theme. So the one I did for this one was the best apps for teaching and learning, since we have become a 1-to-1, like a 1-to-2 campus. Is it the one there? Okay. So basically these are some things they can use in their classroom, integrate technology that they have, the kids are receiving. So I did, some of these are like the best apps that teachers can use in their classroom right now. So Class Dojo, Slack, Dial My Calls, Google Suite for Education, and Evernote. Some they may already know, but these are just highlighting a few that teachers could be using. I would also promote an activity that's going on in the library that month, and I would also promote whatever I'm doing for diversity that month. Each month I'll have a theme. So for example, November would have been like kindness would have been our theme. So the books would have been all about kindness and thankfulness and gratitude, and with the Thanksgiving holiday. I also put a little area in here about how school librarians continue to help students achieve standards, and how we are a resource, and how we also affect our stakeholders in the student achievement. On the second page, I would have more things about, kind of things that get overlooked, more like, on the third page, sorry, more things about like fair use, plagiarism, copyright, just to keep those things on their mind, those legal ethics that the library is also in charge of promoting. And then the very last thing I would try to do is a reading promotion, type of reading contest. And so this one for March, I would have a March Madness book tournament. So the kids would read, I would pick books, and then the kids would read them, and then they would vote which book was their favorite, and ultimately we would get down to the top 2. And then they would choose what was the best, what was the winner of the book tournament. So this is just to promote reading within and reading for enjoyment, because ultimately we want our kids to be lifelong readers and lifelong learners. So these are the results of the survey, and just different things I would like to do in the library.
I like it.
Thank you.
So what would be the first thing with the grant? Like, would you do donors choose?
Yes, I would probably start with donors choose, since that is the most readily available one. So that's where I would start, donors choose. And then the Fort Bend Education Foundation, I would start there too.
Okay.
And then look for outside sources.
When are you trying to start this? Like next semester, or that's
semester.
like okay. Yeah. So then get with Anahosa and Gunner, because they went to like this business partnership. And a lot of people or businesses want to partner with our school. Monetary, anything we need. So just see if they might have someone that could help us along this.
Great. And I can create a proposal, like I can create a presentation. This was just more like for me to view. I can create something like a prezi, some type of presentation that we could give to them.
Okay.
And I would try to put more data in here about how it would greatly affect
I have
the
another
kids.
question about makerspace.
Okay.
So you said they come in kits, or we make the kits?
We can make the kits ourselves, or we can buy the kits already made, depending on what things we want. So we can use different catalogs to order things from. There's all type of resources that teachers have made that we just have to buy the materials. Sometimes they have the lessons, and I can send you some things they've already made the lessons. We just need the materials.
Okay.
So it would be kind of like, think about the science lab, how you have lessons, but then you need the materials. So the grants, we need the money to buy the materials.
Got it. And it lasts per year, or you have to buy
some things last, like for instance, like the Legos, you need to buy those every year because you already have them. Or the different kits from Lakeshore, you already have the kit, you don't need to re-buy the kit.
But would they vary by grade levels? Because
Yes, they're groups, like the one in Lakeshore, they have a K through 2 set, and then they have a 3rd through 5th set.
So then the 3 through 5, I'm just wondering if it'll be like repetition the 4th grade year.
Oh no, I think it's different activities, but they just have it geared, like this is the 3rd grade activity, this is the 4th grade,
Okay,
this is the 5th grade.
okay.
Yeah, they're separated. Or we pick which ones we want to use for each grade level.
Got it. And we have to determine how many kids we need to last us the year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Considering they would go once a month.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you just need 8, right? 7 or 8?
Maybe 8, and then there's so many different things. I wanted to show you the one that the middle school had got, but you can
they have it?
She has some, but hers are more like they just come in and do it. You know, it's different there because it's flexible scheduling.
Yeah.
So the kids just come and do it when they want to do it. So she ordered one. It's I have it on my phone. So it's basically like a visual, a STEM visual, and it helps on focusing and concentration. And let me get it. So it's small little. Where's my? Okay, let me get to it. And this is one that we could buy like 10 of these. So basically, you hang this on the wall. And then each little dot is a code. So each code, and ultimately it makes that.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So think about our kids who need help. Like, and when I tell you these kids were determined to get this done. So like 2 kids work on it at once.
So that's just colored dots
that made this big. And so she buys, like she does like one of these a month. And so these were like $10 out of the book, out of the library book.
With the materials?
Because it's just stickers. It's just stickers. So you get the poster, the sticker, and the code. Like those kids were, I was like, oh, we need to buy some of these. Like they, and then so ultimately that's how it starts, you know. So that's the poster. That's what it's gonna look like. And then on the side you have the key, and then you have all the stickers.
So, but that would take a long time.
It took them like a week. But over there, you know, the kids just come in and do when they want to do it.
Right.
So maybe this would take, like maybe we would just pick one class could do this. So maybe they would start, and then the class on Tuesday would help. And then, but only 2 kids could. This is one activity. There'll be other activities. Okay. You know, this is just one. But this is probably one that, or even we can. So this is her makerspace. And then, so this is her, and then this is her Lego challenge area. So the lab would have like stations. So I'm thinking there would be 5 stations in the lab, and you could put like 4 kids at each station. Because how many kids go to the library?
I mean, the max per class is, our highest is in 5th grade, and that's like 24, 25.
Okay, then we made.
Everybody else is like 21, 22.
Okay, so it would be like 4 kids per station. So this is the Lego station. And so that's the Lego, and then here are the challenges. And the challenges change. So once we have materials for this, the materials are there. We won't need to buy a new Lego station. We would just change the challenges would change.
Okay. So how do we make the connection with reading? I know you said one was something with fairy tale books, but like the dots, like how do we tie it in to always be?
I would find the teaks. I would try to find the teaks that would match. Okay. I'd have to like sit down and go through the curriculum and find the teaks. And And this is more inquiry based, more creative thinking, so it really wouldn't look the same as it would look in a classroom. But her makerspace is amazing. Like they just come and do little things, and it all ties in together. So it's math skills, reading skills, technology skills, engineering skills, and it all goes together hand in hand.
Now, is it self-explanatory for a librarian to just follow the guide, or?
You probably have to follow the guide and model. You have to model to the kids so they know what to do, and then of course you have to monitor.
What was the learning component for the librarian who would be doing this?
They would have to take the time to learn it, practice, like maybe practice with 1 or 2 kids, see if it's something that will work. I will be completing the book repair on this book in the library. The book spine has been ripped and torn, so I'm going to use professional book tape to repair the spine of the book. First, we're going to measure, put it directly on the spine. And then we're going to do a little tape around the bottom part of the spine to reinforce the tape.
You can shout things at the end of my right.
Okay, and I've completed the book repair. I will be checking the books of students who are returning books to the library, and I will be checking out. And this is the circulation process. Oh, this is already checked in. Did the beeps checked in already? Okay. And that completes the check-in process. the AR books, and this is where you can find your book level for you to take your AR test, okay? So the red dot is a level 1, okay? So look in these baskets. Let's take these baskets down, and let's see if we can find you a good AR book to read, okay? So you look in this basket, Ariel, look in this basket, Tamara, and then you pick a book that you would like to read, okay? So when you come over here, you're gonna look for the basket with the red dots and the red book. Look, they have the books that are on your reading level. You can pick any of these. No. See, red dot. That means you can read it. Okay. Look for the dots. No, level 1. Look, level 1, 0.01, 0.9. Okay. Did you see one that you like? Okay, well then you can get that one. Nope, that's a blue dot. See? So you gotta stay in the red dot basket. Okay? Did you find one in this box? This one's about a dog, and the dog is lost. The puppy is lost. We have to find that puppy. Okay. Oh, Hop on Pop. Okay. I can look and see if we have another Hop on Pop. You want to read Hop on Pop? Okay. So Shelton will look in the catalog and see if there's another one. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay guys, so today I'm going to be going over a way that you can research using the nonfiction informational text that you guys have checked out in the library. Okay, so what it is called Super 3. Everybody say Super 3.
Super 3.
Okay, so there are 3 steps that you're going to do when you're researching using a non-informational text book. Okay, so the first step is to make a plan. Okay, what am I supposed to do? What will it look like if I'm doing a really good job? And what do I need to find out to do the job? Okay, so we've made our plan. Our plan is to write a book report using our informational text. Okay, so we have our plan. And second, do. So now you guys are on the do part. That's read, view, make a picture. So you're going to read your informational text. You're going to view it, look at the pictures, what information Ms. Ball wants you to put in the report, and then you're going to follow the format of the report. And then make a picture. And that's Ms. Shelton will help you either find a picture that we can use on the internet or you can draw a picture. Okay, and the last step of the process is review. Did I do what I was supposed to do? Do I feel okay about this? And should I do something else before I turn it in? So this is the part where you're gonna look at your report. You're gonna make sure that you know what you're doing with your book and you followed every step. Okay, so let's say it out loud. Plan. Do. Review. One more. Plan. Do. Review. Okay, y'all got it. Excellent. Today, after analyzing the data of the collection, we came across a certain area of need to support the curriculum. The 4th grade TEAC calls for describing a variety of regions in Texas and the United States, such as political, population, and economic regions that result from the patterns of human activity. So I have 2 resources, Capstone and World Book, and I'm going to look through these and find several resources that we can add to the 900 section as well as the nonfiction informational section of the library. That's what it's going to be about.
Where are you? Cafeteria?
introduce several displays that I did in the library during my practicum. The first display I made was Passport to Learning. Passport to Success is our overall theme motto this year at E.A. Jones Elementary, and this display ties into our theme. So on this poster is the Magic Treehouse series, and it has all the countries that the Magic Treehouse adventure takes them. So they can find the country that they have interest in, and these are the books that match the country. And we have all Magic Treehouse books in one section in the library. I also wanted to add different countries and things that might interest the kids they can find out more about. So for example, France, Eiffel Tower, Kenya, the Traviso East National Park. And then I made these two posters to connect our theme of the library to the theme of the school. So the theme of the library is Passport to Reading, and we did it as a symbol of like a passport, actual passport. And this will tie in on our curriculum night, our reading night, because they will be having a passport to different reading stations. So we wanted this to be an overall theme of the library this school year. That I made for the library is her seasonal display. So I created the fall display. And so for the fall display, I brought in elements of fall, leaves, pumpkins, and the books I chose was an assortment of nonfiction and fiction books. And our campus is also a bilingual campus, so I have Spanish books as well. And the students can come and pick out a book, or teachers can come and use these resources for the fall lessons.
The purpose of today's tutorial is to show you how to access the school library, catalog, and digital books and resources. You will start at the E.A. Jones Elementary webpage at the home screen. Then you will go to the top tab bar and look for Library and Media and click on that. This takes you to the home page of the school library. On the left side, you will see the different tabs that you can click in. There's Home, About the Librarian, Library Calendar, Student Resources, and Book Club. On the first page, you will see the library catalog. That is where you will click. The library catalog allows you to search for different books by category, or if you know the book that you're looking for, you can type in the book there. So I would like to find a book that has graphic features or otherwise a graphic novel. So I will click on graphic novels. Now, this screen shows you the graphic novels that are available in the library. If there's a tab that says in, then the book is available to check out at the library. If it says out with the red tab, it is not available. So you would click on the book you're looking for in and more details. So at the library, you would write down this call number and you would go and look for this book, and this is where it will be located. To read books at home, you can go to the ebook section of the library. So now I'm going to close out of here and go back to the library homepage. And over here on this scroll, you will see digital resources. So the first resource I'm going to go to that has digital books is Tumble Books. And you click on that and it takes you to the home of Tumble Books. And Tumble Books allows you to read a book and listen to it aloud. It's an ebook. So you can go through the different sections, and also you can go here and look for more books. So I'm going to look at some of the new books, and I think this might be a good book And what you're going to do, you're going to hit read online. And it will begin to read the book to you. And as you see, it is an excellent resource because it provides music, it provides the words, and it allows you to read along to the child out loud or for the child to just listen. So we'll go back to the library homepage, and now we'll go to Capstone Interactive. And to get into Capstone Interactive, you go to the login. The username is EA Jones, and the password is READ, READ. EA Jones, READ. Okay, and sometimes technology can have issues, but that is the password to log into Capstone Interactive. Let me click out of it and log into it again and try it again. Okay, now we are into the home page of the Capstone Interactive. So with Capstone Interactive, there are both books in English and Spanish, and you can just search for the topics that you're interested in. So I would like to look up all books about baseball. So I would go to the search and type in baseball. And here are the two books that is available about baseball. And you click on the pick on the book and you would hit play book. You can read book page by page or read the book all at once. So I would like to read the book all at once. So as you see, it's an excellent ebook with vivid pictures and sounds and very interesting topics. We're going to go back to the library homepage to view some other resources. The next resource that I want to review is World Book Kids. As we return to the library homepage, the last resource I would like to review is the iExcel. The iExcel is a math tutoring program that allows your students to practice math skills. So you would click on iExcel, and your child has been provided their username and their password. And they would put their username and password and sign in, and they are able to use the program. So I'm going to go back to the home page. And as you see, the home page of the library has plenty of resources to access. I hope that this tutorial has made it easier for you to access the digital library catalog online and ebooks at home. As always, please feel free to reach out to me. I am here to support you and your students as they become successful lifelong readers. Today, I will be doing a presentation on EdTech tools in the classroom. What is an EdTech tool? Hundreds of digital education tools have been created with the purpose of giving autonomy to the student, improving the administration of academic processes, encouraging collaboration, and facilitating communication between teachers and learners. There are 4 EdTech tools that I would like to introduce that you can use with your students in the classroom. The first is Twitter. Twitter is another social media platform that can be used as an educational technology tool to connect with other professional librarians, organizations, communities, and students. So there's an EdTech expert, and her name is Kathy Schrock. Kathy Schrock was the first first Twitter EdTech leader. She often tweets all the different platforms that she is part of as a leader in EdTech. She's also an Apple teacher, and she often posts Apple product reviews and new apps that are all the buzz in EdTech. So she is a EdTech guru. For any tutorials you may need or questions or things you want to do with your students, she is a great resource, and I have linked in her Twitter page. The next EdTech tool that is a wonderful resource is infographics. So an infographic basically takes information that students can get from nonfiction or informative text, and it puts it into a digital poster, and it includes different graphics such as charts and pictures and stats and quotes. The EdTech tool that you can use to create infographics is Easily, and it is a very user-friendly tool that allows students to create infographics. So this would be a great way for students to show ownership of learning through, this could be a major grade assignment. This could be a workstation that they could be using all week to create an infographic on the information, the informative text that they're using. Okay, it is a web-based application that allows students and teachers to make infographics, and you can make a free account, or you can buy a teacher version for only $4. The next EdTech tool, which is the one that I am currently using now to make this tutorial, is a screencast. So why should I use this in my classroom? A screencast is a video recording of what's happening on your computer monitor, often with annotations and or narration. Screencasting is a capture of all the action on a computer screen while you're narrating. So it's the new school version of a PowerPoint. As with anything, it can be very simple, such as a slide share presentation, or as advanced as a movie-like video. The app that you would use that I recommend is Screencast-O-Matic. Screencast-O-Matic is a screen capture service that has highly functional free version and a powerful and easy subscription plan that doesn't break the bank. If you use or wish to use screen capture technology, you can record your screen, yourself, or both and alternate between cameras. And it is compatible with Chromebooks, Windows, Macs, and iOS. It is some of the pros of this tool is that it only takes 15 minutes to record and upload videos, and it's great for homework, individual, and knowledge gain. The last one that I would like to talk about is Animoto. Animoto is a web tool that allows users to produce videos that blend photos, video clips, text, and music. Examine your existing curriculum to decide where we can use Animoto. Animoto is another great tool that you can use with your students to show ownership. You can have them make book trailers of books that they've read. You can have them make a presentation over something they did in science or social studies. It's a great way to integrate the content into the curriculum. As start of the school year, students could use Animoto to introduce themselves to their classmates. Students can illustrate their own poetry using digital images they found on the internet or ones they take. Animoto can be used to present research information to the class. Students could illustrate step-by-step instructions for procedural writing. You could send students on a scavenger hunt supplied with digital cameras and have students accessible their digital images on Animoto video to display what they found. And students can use Animoto to create a book trailer. And this is the book trailer that I created. And that takes us to the end of the presentation. So as you see, there are several different ed tech tools you can use, and there's so many, but I wanted to introduce you with at least 4 that you can begin to use in your classroom right now. Have fun. They're exciting tools, they're engaging tools, and it is a way to launch student ownership in your classroom. As always, please reach out to me. I am here as your resource and your instructional partner.
Mama Dele. Jabu jabu bagu bangule.